Hey there, Justin here with Primrose Properties, and in today's video we're going to go through some tips on how to sell a house in poor condition. So let's basically dive right into it. So basically, if you're considering this, you want to ask yourself first off, like, why you're considering selling the property. So, is it for family reasons, financial motives? Are you simply just not wanting to deal with the property anymore? Really think about what it is that's motivating you to want to sell the property, because, and the reason I bring that up first and foremost is really that's going to determine a lot of times the path you take with selling the property. So first tip is you want to determine really what you're looking to do, and that'll help guide your next step, which we'll get into the other tips on kind of what to do once you've decided to sell. If you have a clearer picture of what you're looking for, what the result you want is, that will kind of guide your path as we move through the rest of the tips right now. So first and foremost, you want to assess the condition of the property. So, is it completely uninhabitable? Is there mold, asbestos issues, structural damage, maybe a giant hole in the roof? We've bought homes like that where trees have fallen on and they've been open to the elements for weeks at a time. Or is it mostly habitable, but, might have a failing roof, maybe not a huge hole in there from a tree, but might have a roof leak, plumbing leaks, electrical doesn't work properly, so it's kind of livable, but really there's a lot of updates still needed. Or perhaps it's in pretty good shape, it's just needing cosmetic updates like paint, in and out, and landscaping, things like that. But overall, those typically aren't poor condition properties. But if it's in okay kind of shape, but it's really dated and needing some stuff, that's what we're kind of looking at. So you want to assess the condition. From there, you want to determine what repairs are needed. And again, your reason for selling, we'll kind of see if you even really want to determine these repairs, but we'll get into it. So deciding what repairs to do depend on several different things, including your budget, market conditions, and really the amount of time and effort that you want to put in. So a lot of times, if you're able to fix absolutely everything, you're going to get the best results. You can sell that house for the most possible with everything updated, but in reality, most people either don't want to do that, they don't want to spend the time and effort, don't have the money, and it's a giant headache, and people don't want to deal with that, doing a full update of an entire home. So we'll go through the options for selling. So basically, if you have a couple different options, what you could do, you could invest in those repairs yourself. Maybe focus on cosmetic stuff, try and boost the property's appeal, and really do your best to bring the property condition up to where a bank would actually write a loan on it. So banks actually have requirements for a loan, so your property would have to qualify. So you might have to do those updates in order for a bank to be able to lend on the property. A lot of times they won't lend if there's certain things in place. If you're not able to, or you're not wanting to make any repairs, a lot of times you can sell your house as is, basically to a cash home buyer like us. That's what we specialize in when we buy homes. We buy them as they sit, no repairs needed. We've bought all kinds of different properties, fire damage properties, properties that have been inherited that are full of stuff, kind of like a hoarder situation, or just a collector home, all up to very, very nice homes. So we're kind of like an easy process, so that's an option for selling. Or like I said, you could bring the property to market, do some repairs and updates if the property will qualify for a loan, and list the property that way. So selling to a cash offer, or a cash buyer, offers a hassle-free way without doing any repairs and without contingencies, things like that. Once we walk the property, there's no inspections, there's nothing like that. So if you do decide to list, a common reason for properties not selling, and really the main one right now, is buyers really have high expectations. They don't always want to necessarily spend the highest amount, but they have high standards for what they want. And so a lot of times houses that need a lot of repairs might sit on market for quite some time. And so if you address those issues up front, you're much more likely to sell the house a lot faster. So if you're going to go that route of, hey, I want to list the house, I'm going to put some repairs and things like that, you just want to have that kind of at front of mind of make the repairs needed to try and make it as desirable as possible for a buyer, because they do have high standards. So you want to think about a lot of times kitchens, baths, things like that. Put your money there, and in the landscaping things where it's inviting for someone, and that can kind of help prevent a property from sitting on market for quite a long time. So All right, guys, so that's our video on some tips on how to sell a house in poor condition. You know, if you're ready to explore selling your house that might need some love, might need some updating, and you're wanting to basically investigate a cash buyer, we would love to have a conversation with you. Feel free to reach out. We believe in win-win situations, so no pressure. We'd love to have a conversation and see if we might be a good fit to help you with your needs, or even if we're not, we'd love to connect you with somebody that could probably help you with your situation if we're not the best fit for you right there. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you have a great day today. I'll see ya.